Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are going to talk about Titans. A week or two ago, one of you suggested that I create a Titan video and talk about the teams that I would use, the items that I would use, and just general strategy in how to increase your Titan scores. So I thought it would be a great idea to collaborate with my fellow content creators and put together a collaboration video of Titans and how we all approach Titans a little bit differently. So in this video, you are going to hear from myself. You're also going to hear from Psychrosis. You're going to hear from General J. You're going to hear from 3KO Games, along with McNulty and Clay. We all have this awesome group chat on the Line app called the Content Creators Oasis. I think that McNulty actually created this for all of us, and it's been a great resource and tool for us to be able to talk about videos, collaborate with each other. So thank you, McNulty, for being our fearless leader, so to speak. Appreciate all that you do for the group. And thank you to everyone for putting together something for this video so we can talk about how we all approach Titans a little differently. I will pin a comment with a link to each of their YouTube channels so that you can check them out. I highly encourage all of you to please go check out their channels, check out their videos, subscribe to them. They all put a lot of work into their videos, and I would love to see you all support them like you all have been for me the last several months. And especially the content creators that are working to get to 1,000 subscribers. Would love it if you could help them get there. Getting to 1,000 subscribers is really one of the first big milestones for us as YouTubers. So if you could all help them get there, I would really appreciate you helping them out. So each of us are going to talk about a different color Titan team. We may not be going up against the ideal Titan for it because maybe it just didn't respawn when we were going to be shooting the video. But at this point right now, I am actually going to stop talking and we're going to have the other 5 content creators feature their teams and talk about the items that they like to use. And then each of them are going to go through a Titan battle sample with you as well. Each of them are going to feature a different color team. And then I will feature a rainbow team actually, so that you can see how that could also be potentially useful if you have the right heroes. Without further ado, I am going to introduce Claythor is coming up first with his purple team. And then we will have McNulty with his yellow team. Then Psychrosis will be featuring a blue team. General J will be featuring a green team afterwards. And then 3KO will be featuring a red team. I will catch you guys after those 5 talk about their strategies. Hope you enjoy.
Yo, Mr. Combo. Claythor here. How are you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this collaboration. And I am excited to share with your viewers the Titan team that I have been using for the past year. So as it stands right now, we are basically taking down the Chaos Spider, which is a purple Titan. And as you guys know, we go ahead and should always use a yellow team when facing a purple Titan. So let me show you my team. Just kidding. I am using a purple team. In fact, this is the only team that I have for Titans. And when I first started playing the game, I was really trying to get all the right heroes so that I would have one team for each one of the Titan colors. And though that is probably the right way to do it, I was fortunate enough to talk to somebody who basically gave me the formula and told me, if you are able to pull these heroes, you should not need to change your Titan team at all. And this is the team that I have. I have 2 heroes still sitting at 370. I have 1 4-star, and then Dark Feather is the only fully leveled legendary hero. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about each one of those heroes, but as you guys know, Dark Feather for the growth, Shark Eye, he gives the increase in normal attack, Domitia, the costume 2 for the elemental defense down, Arrows for that 40% increase in total damage, and then Twiddles for the regular defense down. The only thing that I use for the regular Titans is the minor mana potion. Why? Because it is the least expensive one to make it. And if I don't get tiles right at the beginning, I will charge my heroes with the minor potion. So let's go ahead and try to take this Chaos Spider down, and I will show you what the options are or the possibilities are with this Titan team. All right, so we didn't start with a lot of purple tiles, but that's okay. So we have been able to get one match. Now we're going to be able to get this 4. If he doesn't kill Domitia, which he didn't because he's stunned, this is what I do. I go ahead and I charge my hero. So there you go. Very inexpensive. I will not waste hurricanes or tornadoes or anything like that. So there you have it. I have a good sequence. Also, if he's stunned and we need to use the harpoons, that's when I use them. But right now we have already meet our quota, so I'm not going to be using it. I should be able to get another match here. Okay, good. So far so good. So same thing. That sequence, the sequence is the same left to right. And oh, I do bring the antidote just in case, depending on the Titan. That really helps a lot, especially if I get some bleed or fire. But for the most part, I don't really use it that often. Okay, so let's see if we can get one more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yes, we were able to get one more. All right, so let's see. I literally used 5 minor mana potions and 1 ailment healing. And here you have it, 119,000 damage on this Titan. I don't know how many of you have these heroes. If you have pulled them, or if you at least understand what each one of them do, I definitely would advise you to focus on one team and basically stop having to worry about pulling other heroes to build teams for other colors. Again, nothing wrong if that's what you want to do, or if you have been able to pull the other heroes that will do the attack up, elemental defense down, defense down. But if you have this purple 5, that's all you need. All right, combo, hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, leave your comments and I'll be happy to answer. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Thank you, Combo, for letting me be a part of this video. I really, really dig this subject. I think that Titans is a really important thing for a lot of us. So yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of it. I really appreciate it. So today we're going to be talking about my Holy Titan team. And I love hitting the Dark Titans, and I love going up against them with this Holy team. And it's a very simple, straightforward team, but it works like a charm every single time. And we'll start it off. I mean, I'll just go left to right with the heroes that I normally like to use. So the first one is one from the goblins, and it is this beautiful goblin, the most beautiful of all the goblins. And that's saying something, which is Goldie. Of course, Goldie is there because she gives the growth effect. So all allies get 100 attack every time she casts. And it just ramps up and up and up throughout the battle. Normally, you can't get away with using her like that in regular battles. But against a Titan, if you want to be a little bit frivolous with mana, you can just keep charging her up and just keep seeing the attack go up and up and up of all of your heroes. And it's a permanent effect. So that is awesome. I like her. The next hero that I use is going to be Zecchina. Now, I'm pretty lucky to have Zecchina, to be fair. But some other options for him on this team would be somebody like Costume Rock. He gives negative 44% defense down, just regular defense down. And then you can also use somebody who I haven't even leveled, but he is somewhere here in my roster, which will be Bogart. Where is Bogart? Man, I really haven't even hardly touched the guy. There he is. So he gives negative defense, 31% defense. There is actually an increasing defense down. Again, you can see it lasts for 3 turns, though. So that's interesting that they kind of cap things at that. So Zecchina's defense down is the highest that I know of. That gets up to negative 56% defense down for 3 turns. So that is, you know, you just kind of go with the highest number, and that's why I've got Zecchina in there. And then the next hero that I've got is Leonidas. Now, you can use Guardian Jackal. Guardian Jackal will definitely work for this. But Leonidas is a 5-star, and he gives negative 54% defense against Holy for 4 turns. So you can, now we've got a Titan team going, shall we say, because we've got the growth from Goldie, we've got the defense down from Zakina, we've got the elemental defense down from Leonidas. So it's starting to form that real synergy between the team that we like to see. And they're all dark enemies get negative 34% attack. That's just a little cherry on the icing on the top of the cake, shall we say. So yeah, I really, really do think Leonidas forms an excellent part of this team. But like I say, you can get away with Guardian Jackal as well. He's got really good elemental defense down against Holy. And then the next hero that we have in this team is actually not a Holy hero. So I like to use Franz for this team. And I'll go ahead and I'll put the last hero in the team as well. And he may be a bit of a bone of contention, but that is my boy Wukong. Now, you can use Bertolf on this team. And actually, Bertolf gives 100% attack increase without missing. So more likely than not, you're probably going to get a slightly higher score. But then you've got this guy who gives 185% attack with 32% reduced accuracy. And actually, that to me, that would mean on average that you're going to be, averaging things out at about 140 or 150. And I've had some of the higher Titan scores that I've ever had with this team. So I think that there is something to be said for using Wukong over Bertolf. The only thing is it's not always guaranteed. You're not going to get the exact same amount of Titan hit every time. So that being said, the reason he is here is as an attack booster. The reason he's right on the end is because he makes people miss. And I don't want any of the rest of the team to miss while they're firing off their specials. The only one I could really care less about missing is Wukong when he initially fires. And he's going to make other people miss anyway. So basically, you want to get all of the rest of the team up first. And then Franz is just there for the increased damage by 50% for 6 turns. And there's nobody better that is more accessible. And I hope that I get the costume for this dude. I'm really waiting for him. We've seen Ferrant costume, but where the heck is Franz? Anyway, that is my Titan team. I will do a brief video of them hitting a Titan so you can see how they work in action. Be right back. Right, here is our Titan. We are going to go ahead and hit it. It is in the wrong color. So just to offset that, we're going to bring in some items and have a bit of fun and just get charged with the mana and just go freaking crazy against this guy. So yeah, let's just go for it. I'm going to show you hopefully a bit about the synergy, about the way they work and hitting this Titan. I'm just going to go crazy. See how high we can get really against a green Titan. So we don't have any matches, so I'm just going to go for a couple of tornadoes. Why the heck not? We'll get everybody charged up and pumped and ready to go. And you know what? Like one thing that a lot of people do, and I always recommend against this, is like literally don't stress against Titans. Just take your time, enjoy yourself, look for the matches on the board like you normally would if you weren't fighting against a Titan. So you can see now we've fired everybody off. And Franz also has given his little effect where he's got extra defense down. So I don't mind using Wukong now. I did waste quite a lot of time there, but it really doesn't matter too much. So we're going to give this time stop on there. And then I'm going to just show you the actual damage from each tile. That was 6,300 from a single tile. And we pretty much have everybody up. But now if we get Goldie, maybe we get Goldie charged another time. And you'll sort of see what it kind of does to the tiles. So let's hit him on an off spot. I'm probably wasting a load of items here. That's 3,000. We need some yellow tiles. That's what kind of we need. There we go. Right, missed a lot, but now it's up to 7,000. So if we can get Goldie charged and going off more and more times, she's just going to increase the damage that she's doing to no end. So let's just throw all of these guys out. I mean, there we go, like 7,000, 6,000, etc. There's quite a bit of damage going on there overall. It is the wrong color Titan, but having said that, we used a couple of items and we got like 90k hit. So that I reckon we probably could have done better, but that's just to show you and demonstrate the synergy between the team. Put them up against a Dark Titan and you probably double that score because they do half as much damage. So there you go. I hope that's been useful for you guys. Once again, thank you so much, Combo, for letting me be a part of this. I hope that your viewers really appreciate everything that you do for them in the community, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Bye for now.
Greetings, loyal minions. Welcome back to the Combo Show, the #1 ranked YouTube channel, people with an unhealthy attraction to Hathor. If that's you, I appreciate you. Combo has invited us all over to talk about our Titan teams and how to get big Titan hits. So I am going to show a blue Titan team and discuss why the team works well together, types of skills that lead to big Titan hits, and then I'll show you a little bit of damage. I'm not going to do a big Titan hit as my alliance does have a cap on how much we can hit a Titan. However, I will pop up my largest score, which isn't even as big as it could be because of those types of caps. So we very rarely get to do a really big Titan hit, but that hit is over 1 million. So yeah, I'm just going to talk through my team. Sorry, I was on the wrong team. So I'm looking at my blue team, and there's a group of different skills that help with Titan hits. It's basically if you can increase your attack, lower the Titan's defense, and then hit them. Stacking colors against the weak color is generally the way to go. However, that does depend on your team and which heroes you have. So just because you have 5 purple heroes against a yellow Titan, it doesn't mean it's going to score as well as your blue team if your blue team has better skills. So those certain skills I was talking about, there are different types of defense down and attack up, and it's important to know which types of skills stack together so you can get the absolute maximum. So I'm just going to quickly talk through my team. We have Grimsteel. So the reason Grimsteel is in the team is for the growth. So we can see all allies get 450 attack and 450 defense. Now, the good thing with growth is this stacks with other types of attack up because it's a permanent attack boost. It's not like adding 10 or 20% for 3 turns. It permanently increases your attack stat for the rest of the battle. And I'll show you how that works in the actual game, in the battle, when I do that. So we then have Mickey, who is the OG Titan killer. He's been absolutely brilliant since he came out in 2019, and the reason he is brilliant is because we can see he adds all allies get 130% normal attack, only applies when enemy has more HP than the attacker, which the Titan always does. That's fine, and it can be active in addition to other effects that alter attack in general. Normal attacks can have a total power of 170%. So Mickey adds that fantastic huge attack increase. Now, I have also I've padded my team out with heroes that everyone would have. So I don't want to try and put a team out that nobody has. These heroes can be substituted. If you don't have Grimsteel with his big growth, you can get other heroes that have a smaller amount of growth. Even a 4-star like Goldie can do a similar sort of thing. So to round the team out, I've got some lower levels here. I've got Nordry, a 3-star. He will give minus 54 defense against ice for 4 turns. So that's lowering the defense against blue skills or blue tiles, basically. So that's called elemental defense down. You'll probably hear a lot of these terms throughout the different videos, but just in case, I'm going through them. We'll then have, I'll jump over to Kirill. So Kirill also gives a defense down, but we can see it just says all enemies get minus 34 defense for 3 turns. It doesn't say against blue. So this defense down stacks with the other defense down and gives bigger hits. And on top of that, we have Jot. So Jot is an interesting character with an interesting skill. There are other similar, but Jot increases the attack by adding power to the actual tiles on the board. So we can see there, when on attack, the shields become enhanced with plus 64% attack. So on top of all the other attack bonuses we've already got, the shield is now then doing an extra 64% attack. So yeah, they're the different types of skills. There are others. There's heroes that will increase the amount of damage that the enemy takes. So instead of saying it's minus 30%, it could be they take 40% extra damage, which is a different mechanic and adds on top of everything. So it's just a matter of adding as many of those heroes you can together to get the best outcome. In regards to the battle items, I generally don't use any. For lower levels, I'd suggest just taking arrows and some mana pots. You don't have to take the big ones. You could just take little ones. I'd suggest we can take things like hurricanes and tornadoes if you're trying to get a bigger score, but in general, if you just want to increase your average everyday score, you don't want to be using big items every single day. It takes a lot of resources, but if you do, those are the types of items to take. We can take these banners here that add attack, so that will stack on top of the other attack bonuses I have. And yeah, we can take some scrolls if you really want to get a lot of tiles, but I'd suggest taking simple things like an arrow attack, which gives the Titan a blind, so he may not hit you, in which case you'll survive longer, and just some mana pots. And based on how the board looks is whether you use a lot of those items, or sometimes you just have to accept that the board's not going to be great and you may die too soon, depending on your heroes, and just go. Anyway, we'll jump into a battle. I'll try to slow it down. It's not going to be a big hit. I'm just going to show you the impact of certain heroes and what they do to the overall attack and the damage that happens. So keep in mind, this is a yellow Titan. The blue team would be better against a red Titan, but we'll jump in and I'll discuss what I'm going to do. So the battle will be over quite quickly, so I'm just going to quickly try and explain certain things. I'm going to get some blue tiles to start with, just so we can see the damage that happens. So we can see there, that critical in the middle was 833. So 900 on that one. We can see Grimsteel's attack is 1827. We're just going to set him off now. We can see that it jumps up to 2277. So we'll set him off a few more times. And we can now see it's up to 3100. I'm then going to put an attack boost on with the Dragon Banner. We can now see his attack is up to 4600. So that's a huge difference. We're going to set the rest of them off. Get the defense down on the Titan. We can see now it has minus 54 defense against ice, minus 34% defense in general. We'll get Mickey up as well to add the extra attack boost. And we'll throw some items in to get some more blue tiles and see what the damage is. So we can see there that critical hit was 9,000, not 9 million, sorry. And I'll just pop this diamond off. We'll see here again. You can see those hits in that weak point, 8,500. That just gets stronger every time we use these heroes. And that's how you end up getting the big hits. So we can see there, I'm not even playing this properly. Once we use Jot, we can see how the shield now has the little attack up icon on it as well, giving even extra power. And again, we can just see those humongous hits there of 8,000-9,000 for each tile that's hitting him. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you get your Titan hits. I love nothing more than seeing people get big Titan hits and beating their records. So best of luck to you. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the videos.
Hello boys and girls, hello everyone, and hello Combinator. I'm glad that I'm doing this collaboration, and this is my green team for the blue Mythic Titans. So basically what I'm using here, there is no Dark Feather, there is no Gasteel. I like to use the single color here. So it's now that we have Blue Titan today, so I'm going to show you how I'm using this team and why I'm using it. So basically, yes, Tarlak, you know, the old Tarlak. I don't have his costume yet, but I'm hoping and I'm going to get it. So 100% normal attack for 4 turns, and it's getting to 160% maximum stacked with other attack ups. So yeah, basically Tarlak is the man for the Titans. Daroga here, he has a high attack stat, does a lot of damage, and each time he goes off he gives all allies plus 25% attack stack. So this is a stack, so basically it works divided with the regular attack buffs. So you can stack it upon, you know, Tarlak and for example Titan Banner here. Then the old costume Brienne. I don't know, is this the max defense down that you can get from single hero for the green color, but yeah, by cleverly using her you can get the defense down on Titan about to minus 57, I think 57%, so that's huge. So yeah, basically I'm using her only for Titans. Evelyn here for the damage and for the minus 54% defense against nature. So yeah, Phileas Fogg, I think costume Phileas Fogg is the biggest nature defense down, but I don't have him unfortunately, so I'm using Evelyn here. And at last, Armor Charmer. His attack stat, his damage, and his Mega Minion. So his Mega Minion, each time he hits the Titan will fall asleep and will get plus 60% increased damage. So yeah, it kinda messes with the Titan, so the Titan can use his special all the time. So I have a Hammer Tusk for the increased damage, max leveled, but I use Armor Charmer because it's plus 60%. Rather than the Hammer Tusk's plus 50% increased damage. So yeah, this is it for my green team. Okay, just let me get this troop here. Oh, yeah. So this is how I use it. I use the Titan banner for the maximum attack, plus the Tarlak. I use the Mana Pot. This time I use the big one, but I can also use Mana Potion, this medium one or the small one, but for this video I'm going to use the big ones. Of course, tornadoes and the antidotes if Titan hits me, if I need to, cleanse the attack down. I think defense down. The blue one gives the defense down. So this is it for my green team for Blue Titans. So let's do a single hit and see how we can do with it. Cheers and props to you, Combinator. I love your videos. Guys, check out his channel and give him some support with likes and subscribes. See you around.
Thanks, Combo. 3KO Games here, and I get to talk about Green Titans and the heroes and the items I bring in against them. As far as items go, I don't go too crazy. I'm lucky to be part of a pretty strong alliance. We take down our Titans pretty quickly, and we have a cap of 200,000 damage per Titan. So I don't really need to go all in with scrolls of alteration and tornadoes and hurricanes and all that kind of stuff. Once in a while I will bring in a tornado or two, but this is my typical item thing, and I'm just trying to keep my heroes alive in case I don't get a great board. So a dragon banner will, or even a turtle banner, will give them defense up, and then the harpoons will give attack down. The combination of those two things means when I'm at full health, most likely the Titan won't wipe out one of my heroes with one shot. Healing potions and antidotes, again, just trying to keep me alive in case I don't get tiles and can't get my healers fired up. Then I can save my heroes with some healing, or if the Titan fires and gives me some kind of ailment, I can cleanse it away. So when I'm choosing heroes for a Titan team, I first want to start with somebody that does attack up. And I think there are great options no matter what level you are at. Fire them first, and then not only do your tiles do more damage, but heroes that attack, their special skill will also do more damage. I'm lucky to have one 5-star hero that does attack up, and that's Phenexa. 50% attack up and 30% critical chance for 4 turns. Pretty great. Not only that, but 4-star Wilbur's costume gives a plus 100% normal attack for 4 turns, and that stacks with other attack up. So my red team is actually those 2 heroes first. They will not do any damage by themselves, but they are increasing the damage of tiles and then increasing the damage of the rest of the heroes. Next, I typically want to bring in a hero that does some kind of defense down. Lots of great elemental defense down heroes in red. I know for a long time I used Guardian Falcon, who is 54% defense down against fire. He is great. You could go all the way down to 3-star Bogreg, right, who's got a little up to 44% defense down against fire. On that second charge, who I use currently is Brimstone, because that's 54% defense down against fire with those Infernal Fiends. Elemental defense down can work alongside regular defense down. So I've done attack up, and I've made the Titan weaker against red. Now I'm going to make the Titan weaker just against any kind of attack. And there are a lot of heroes you could choose. Again, I think there's anybody for whatever level you're at. You've probably been able to pull some of these heroes. Torben and Dima are actually stronger than the person that I use, and I still use Tedasheri because she gives 54% defense down, and I think that number is more important to me than the ultimate attack stat. So I've got attack up. I've got 54% defense down against red and 54% defense down just in general. And then finally, I have one more slot. And obviously, if you don't have one of these categories, you could just throw in any hero that you have that has a large attack stat. And that's going to help their special skill do some damage and increase the quality of the tile damage you have. But there's a lot of other specials that will increase your damage. Anything from like Growth and Wither, with some red goblins like Pepper Flame, Rocket, Boots. Yes, I have an unleveled Pepper Flame. I've got some other reds that I need to level, and eventually I'll get to Pepper Flame. I can't believe she's just hanging out at 1-1. But anyway, you could use somebody like Buster, who increases the damage received per red tile on the board. The hero that I use is Hammerclang, one of the Astral Elves, who gives the Titan extra damage received. It's increased by 30% for 3 turns. Okay, so now let's take a look at this team in action against a green Titan. It's a fairly nice board that I got to start with here, but have just about enough tiles to get my attack up going here. Oop, Hammerclang's going first. I don't have a superstition about like, oh, I should wait until Phynexa's charged. If somebody's charged, I'm just going to set them off. But now Phynexa is giving that critical chance up, which means that every tile that you hit the Titan with has a plus 30% chance of just being a double strength tile. So that's great. Plus the 50% attack boost with tiles. And with special skills that are subsequent. Wilbur's special, again, stacks with Phynexa, but Wilbur's is only for normal attack. In other words, he is increasing just the tile damage, not the special skill damage of everybody else. We get 54% defense down against red from Brimstone. We get 54% regular defense down from Tedasheri. And then we get 30% damage up from Hammerclang. And it leads to a pretty good score, even though I didn't use a whole lot of items, didn't have a perfect board. Over 150,000 without premium items makes me pretty happy.
Hey everyone, Combo back here. I hope you all enjoyed the 5 content creators that just talked about their Titan teams and the items that they use in their strategies. At this point now, I am going to feature my Rainbow team, or what was going to be a Rainbow team, but I actually have a red rare Titan in the game right now, where red reflects, of course, so I'm going to have to use 2 blues in this sample here, but you can see I've got a 57-19 overall team power here, but I have some key players that will help Titan scores. I have have Grimsteel, who will increase the attack growth by 450 for both attack and defense. Obviously, the attack is the more important thing here. If you don't have Grimsteel, you can always use Goldie, who gives plus 100 attack. Or if you have Pepper Flame or Demiloon, there are some other attack growth increasers as well. Sharkai is one of the most useful Titan heroes in the game, in my opinion, because he's going to give that plus 70% normal attack for 5 turns, which increases by plus 15% each turn to a maximum of plus 130%. And then he also gives the critical chance. So that's his first charge from the Changing Tides. And then he gives plus 90% attack to start for his second charge, and then also plus 40% critical chance for 5 turns. That is an extremely long time. Franz, of course, gives a plus 50% damage for 6 turns, and that's going to apply for specials and for tile damage. Garden Elephant gives a negative stack for both attack and defense at a max of 10. So pretty much once he goes off, then that's going to max out there. And then Athena is going to make it so that the target and nearby enemies get minus 41% defense and a further minus 4% decrease every time they are hit over 3 turns. All fire enemies get minus 34% defense against ice for 3 turns. So normally this would not be useful if you were putting together a rainbow team, but we are actually going up against a fire titan. As far as the items here, I've got pretty basic items, honestly. I've got a bear banner, which gives 25% attack. I've got the minor mana potion. I've got harpoons in here, although I don't usually use a lot of those. And then I've got time stops. I always have a surplus of time stops from rewards from challenge events and tower events. So I use those at times also so that the Titan doesn't attack if I'm not able to match 3 tiles in that primary column. Using those, it definitely makes it so that you can match more tiles. But I wanted to show an example in case if you don't have the heroes to put together a mono team against a Titan. I normally do go mono against Titans, but if I want to have a little fun, sometimes I will put together a rainbow team. All right, let's go into a Titan hit and see how this goes. I probably will use 4 minor mana potions on Grimsteel right away just to get that attack growth up at the beginning. All right, we got our 4 there, and then I don't have 3 tiles to match up the middle, so I did use a time stop right away. I should have used Franz before I sent those, but that's okay. Very nice. Awesome. Grimsteel's going to be able to go off again. And might as well just use a bear banner. Why not? I should have used a time stop before there, but that's okay. Get a red diamond here. Not that it's really going to matter, but at least we'll be able to do a little bit of tile jumping here. Nice. Got a blue diamond. Grimsteel's going to be able to get to go off again. Gonna set off that blue diamond. We don't have too much time here. All right, our last match here. Let's see what we did for damage with this 5,719 overall team power. We did 160,000 damage with that team. And I used almost no items, honestly. I used those 4 minor mana potions at the very beginning on Grimsteel just to get him going once, so I got that attack growth on everybody. And then I think I used 2 time stops and that 1 bear banner. So no tornadoes, no hurricanes, no scrolls of alteration. I tried to save those premier items, as I call them, for challenge events, for tower events, or alliance quests. My alliance has a 200,000 Titan cap hit because we are a full alliance and we have no problem taking down 14-star Titans. So using those items really just would not be as beneficial for me against Titans, and they're just too costly to make. So between myself and the 5 other content creators, you got to see a different color Titan team against everybody, even if there was like one off color like Franz or somebody to be able to give that extra damage. And then you got to see a rainbow team in case if you wanted to try something like that, and the impact that that could potentially have if you have the right heroes to be able to use. And then I also do want to give a thank you and shout out to McNulty, Psychrosis, General J, Claythor, and 3KO Games for putting the time into their piece of this video so that we could make this happen for you all, so that you could get a different perspective. I do really hope that you all enjoyed this video, and please make sure that you go check out the other YouTubers' channels. Again, I will pin a comment with a link to each of their channels, and I will also put it in the description of this video if you want to check them out. Please go subscribe to their channels, check out their videos. We all have a different style and a different area of focus, I guess you could call it. So definitely check their channels out, show them some support. And as always, if you did enjoy this video or found it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.